This is only the second time all season that Denver has won a game scoring in the 80s. The other was a win over Memphis, scoring 87. This much bigger. Their defense not really their strong suit, but played well defensively. Big minutes down the stretch for guys like Jokic, the returning Harris, and Will Barton, who led the team in scoring. And, you know, you're at the mercy needing some help. I mean, that's the hard part about it. You guys have probably both been in this situation where you feel so great about the win, and now you got to kind of turn your eyes somewhere else.
Well, I think if I'm in Denver's situation right now, is because I control my destiny now.
Absolutely.
We get the chance to go play. Win or lose, I go home, and then I'm not looking around and see if there's another team to help me. Right now, it's us versus the Wolves at that last game. Winner goes on to play, and after that, you can look yourself in the mirror if we lose that one.
KG has a favorite saying: "For all you can just wash away all the bad things that you've done for 81 games.
That's it.
If you can win that 82nd game." Now, it's going to be incredibly tough because the Timberwolves have the same scenario as you have: win or go home. And so the tough thing about it for Denver, they got to now pack up.
Yep.
Watch some film, have a short practice tomorrow, get on the plane and fly to Minnesota and get ready to play. First of all, the Target Center is going to be rocking.
It's going to be
Timberwolves have made the playoffs in, 13, 14 years. So that place is going to be electric. Second, you're going to have to take that crowd out the game early. And then third, you're going to have to realize, like Memphis had a 10, 12-point lead tonight on Timberwolves. When you're fighting for your playoff life and you're at home, you're not going to quit. So it's going to take a 48-minute effort by the Denver Nuggets on the road to win to make it to the playoffs. And then if you do all of those things, guess what your prize is? You got the Houston Rockets sitting there waiting on you.
The way my hype men are working here, we should put this on pay-per-view.
But and you know this, you can't win the tournament unless you get in it.
Got to get in the day.
But the one thing I will say, it's going to be tough because I look at Denver. I love their team. They're going to have a game by Millsap and their bigs. And not that their smalls are not great. Defensively, they're going to have to keep Teague out of the paint. And that's one thing that's hard. When you're not a point guard guy used to guarding point guards, I think Gary Harris is going to be huge if they put him matched up against Teague. You got to keep him out of the paint. If not,
well,
they get easy
Jimmy
buckets.
Butler and Andrew Wiggins, because now you don't have a rim protector in Denver, so you got to have to play defense. Your initial defense is going to be good because once they get past your first line defense, you don't really have a second line defense. And if there's one criticism of Jokic, he's got to learn how to shut the lane down with his body. He's not going to be a shot blocker. He's got to get in position to take charges, and he's going to have to learn to go up vertical, not to foul, and just to keep guys in front and use his body.
You mentioned the guard three-headed monster, if you will. Harris comes back. Talk about the other two who helped salt this one away. We were enjoying watching Will Barton play.
Hey, Will the Thrill. That's what I'm talking about.
Led the team in scoring, and whether or not he should be handling the ball as much as he is one thing. But he's done this a lot during the season, Smitty, where he and Murray both, because they can have big games for you. They can score 30 in a given night anytime.
Those three, Harris, Murray, and Will Barton, those three can just go off at times. But if the game slows down, that's when I'm a little bit scared of them, because it might slow down in this tight game against Minnesota.
All right, we get a chance to head out to Denver after the win and welcome in Nicola Jokic, who joins us here. First things first, congrats on the win. And we know the ball didn't seem to touch your hand. How did you rebound from that interesting call to play that last minute down the stretch?
I mean, the whole game was actually the rebounding game. I mean, we didn't rebound the ball really well in the first quarter. Nurk hurt us a lot. I mean, I think the rebounding is just fight, just willing to go and get the rebound. Offensive, defense doesn't matter. You're just willing to go and fight.
Nicola, you guys have put yourself in position to make the playoffs, but it's going to be tough. You guys got to go to Minnesota and win in that building, and you and the Timberwolves have the same thing riding. What kind of mentality you guys are going to have to go in a hostile environment and win on the road when there's everything on the table for both teams?
I mean, to be honest, we don't have nothing to lose. We're just going to go there and fight. I mean, it's one game. Everything is possible. Jimmy Butler is back. Hopefully, Gary's going to play more minutes for us. So I mean, it's going to be probably a tough game. But I think we kind of play better against the better teams, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to underestimate teams like Dallas, LA, or whatever. But we beat Spurs, we beat Cleveland, we beat like top three teams in East and West, and we lost against the bottom 3 and 4. So I think it's gonna be a great game.
Nicola, Sam talked about that game. This is win or go home game. What's one of the big keys versus the Minnesota Timberwolves? And then also talk to me. You guys haven't played with a traditional point guard, but you, Will Barton, Gary Harris, and also Jamal Murray have kind of handled the point guard position.
Yes, I mean, we kind of don't have a star in our team, so everybody needs to step up. Sometimes it's Will Barnes, sometimes me, sometimes Jamal, Gary, Paul, Wilson. So I mean, we kind of our sports are interchangeable. So we need to step up and make the right play.
Nicola, we were also excited to watch you and Paul Millsap play together. We didn't get to see enough of it because he was hurt. What kind of a difference has it made for you specifically on the floor since his return?
I mean, first couple of games when he came back, I was kind of adjusting to him, kind of tried to get him more involved. But after that, he just said, just play your game and don't worry about me. That says something about it. I mean, all-star player who just like gave me the spot, like just go and play.
Appreciate the time. Congrats on the win. Best of luck in this big winner-go-home game here in Minnesota.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate
All right, thank you. There's Nicola Jokic. And
I love his game.
I don't want to die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story.